My name is Adam Connor. I work for Facebook in their Washington, D.C. office, working on policy and politics.
Okay, so what has social media got to do with reaching the development goals?
Sure. Well, I think that social media can play an important role in reaching the goals because it can be integrated into achieving them, so that it's not just governments and nonprofits that are being asked to help reach them, but the people, individuals, are being asked to participate and help reach those goals.
So how exactly will these goals be met? I mean, we've been talking about development for such a long time. What do we need to do to actually make something happen?
Sure. I think primarily we've been talking about how do we force governments and nonprofits to achieve those, and very little about how we can involve citizens in doing that. And whether that's having citizens help take action on the root cause of the problem, whether that's some of those poverty targets or hunger targets or disease targets, but also about how they can pressure their governments and nonprofits too. So it's about getting them involved, so it's not just one or two people in a room making these decisions, so it's a collective for everyone involved in it.
So if someone was watching at home and they agree with what you're saying and they want to do something to make a difference, what would you tell them they could do?
Well, the beauty of social media and social internet and Facebook is that they have a variety of options. You know, they could go to something like the One campaign and join their campaign to pressure governments to fulfill that. You know, they could start a Facebook group and organize their friends to raise donations or pressure somebody. You know, they could help an existing organization or start a new one. You know, there's just so many different ways they can be involved, and that's never before been possible. You know, prior to this, you had to go to the large organization, or you had to figure out who in the government to talk to, and now you don't have to. You can just decide I'm going to take action, and here are the 18 different ways. Now, how do you decide which of those 18? You know, that's up to the individual.
Right. And is there a particular Millennium Development Goal that has a lot of meaning to you?
Sure. I think obviously Goal 8, Target 5, which is talking about increasing communications among people around the world, is important to both myself and the company, Facebook, so that the more people have access to technology, internet, because we think that's such an important thing, whether it's a mobile phone or broadband internet. But I think broadly some of the things like eliminating malaria and other things they're making real progress on, and a really exciting time to watch these happen.
And how is Facebook going to be involved with reaching these goals?
Sure. So at its core, Facebook is a platform, so that others are using our platform to get their message out, to organize and do things. So a great example is we just worked with Nothing But Nets on a live stream they did, talking about things and allowing donations to be taken through Facebook credits. But the beauty of the Facebook platform is it's nothing Facebook itself has to do, but it's what people can go to Facebook and do themselves.